What if I told you that right now, as you're watching this video, probably in your pajamas, maybe eating cereal at 2 p.m., you're sitting on top of the most powerful weapon in the universe? No, it's not your Wi-Fi password. It's your mind. But here's the thing. Most of us treat our minds like that expensive gym membership we bought in January. We know it's powerful. We know it could change everything. But somehow, we just let it collect dust while we scroll through TikTok for 3 hours straight. Don't look at me like that. I see you. Let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus was brilliant. IQ through the roof, the kind of guy who could solve a Rubik's Cube while making a sandwich. But Marcus had one problem. His mind was like a Ferrari engine, stuck in a shopping cart. Every morning, his alarm would go off at 5 a.m. His mind would say, "Today's the day. We're going to the gym. We're eating healthy. We're finally starting that business." And his body would say, "That's cute. Here's your blanket. See you at noon." Sound familiar? Marcus could visualize success perfectly. He had vision boards. He had apps. He had 17 different planners, color-coded. But his mind was untrained, undisciplined. It was like having Thor's hammer, but only using it as a paperweight. You know what your untrained mind is like? It's like a golden retriever at a squirrel convention. Ooh, let's work on our goals. Squirrel, time to focus on notification. Let's meditate and, is that pizza?
But here's where it gets interesting. One day, Marcus met an old man at a coffee shop. This man was 78 years old, had started 3 successful companies after age 60, and could still do more push-ups than most 20-year-olds. Marcus asked him, "What's your secret?" The old man smiled and said something that changed Marcus's life forever. Your mind isn't your enemy. It's just an untrained friend. Every thought you think is either building a palace or digging a grave. Choose wisely. Think about that for a second. Every single thought. When you tell yourself, "I can't do this," you're right. When you tell yourself, "I'm not that kind of person," you're right. When you tell yourself, "Maybe tomorrow," you're right.
Your mind is the ultimate yes man. It believes everything you tell it. Now let me blow your mind with some science for a second. Don't worry, I'll keep it simple. I'm not trying to turn this into a TED Talk. Scientists have discovered something called neuroplasticity. Fancy word, simple concept. Your brain is basically Play-Doh. It's constantly reshaping itself based on what you think about most. Every time you have a thought, it's like walking through a field of tall grass. The first time, it's hard. You're pushing through, making a path. But the more you think that same thought, the more you walk that same path, the easier it becomes. Eventually, it becomes a highway. The problem? Most of us have built 8-lane superhighways to Anxiety City, Procrastination Town, and Self-Doubt Village.
Meanwhile, the path to Confidence Mountain? It's overgrown with weeds because we haven't walked it since we were 7 years old and believed we could be astronauts.
Let me tell you about Sarah. Different person, same problem. Sarah was a single mom, 2 kids, working 2 jobs. She had every excuse in the book to give up. And trust me, she used them all. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have support. I don't have energy. Her mind had become an excuse factory, working overtime, no breaks, producing premium quality reasons why she couldn't change her life. But then something happened. Her 8-year-old daughter came home from school with a drawing. It was a picture of their family, and under it she had written, "My mom is tired." Not, "My mom is strong." Not, "My mom is amazing." Just tired. That night, Sarah looked in the mirror and realized something terrifying. Her mind had convinced her that surviving was the same as living. She made a decision. Not a big one, just a small one. She decided that for 5 minutes, every morning, just 5, she would train her mind like it was a muscle.
Day 1. She wrote down 3 things she was grateful for. Her hand literally shook. Her mind fought back. This is stupid. You have bills to pay. Stop playing games. Day 2. She did it again. The resistance was still there, but quieter. Day 30. Something shifted. Her circumstances hadn't changed, but her mind had started to see opportunities instead of obstacles. Day 100, she started an online business with $50 and a laptop from 2012. Day 365, that 8-year-old daughter, she drew a new picture. This time it said, "My mom is unstoppable." Same life, same challenges, different mind, different results. Can we talk about how insane our minds actually are for a second? Your mind will convince you to check your phone 96 times a day, but somehow can't remember where you put your keys. Your mind will create entire arguments with people who aren't even in the room, and you'll lose. You'll be in the shower having a full debate with someone who insulted you in 2015, and somehow, even in your own imagination, you're still losing the argument. Your mind will keep you awake at 3 a.m. worried about something that has a 0.01% chance of happening. But when your alarm goes off for the gym, suddenly it's very concerned about your need for rest. No, your mind says. Sleep is very important for health. Very important. The gym will be there tomorrow. But this bed is medicine. Our minds are like that friend who gives terrible advice but says it with so much confidence that you believe them. You should definitely text your ex at 2 a.m. One more episode won't hurt. You deserve that 3rd slice of pizza. It's been a hard day.
But here's what changes everything, and I mean everything. Your mind only has the power you give it. Let me say that again because some of you need to hear this twice. Your mind only has the power you give it. Every time you say, "I can't help it, that's just how I think," you're lying to yourself. You're not a victim of your thoughts. You're the CEO. The thoughts work for you, not the other way around. But how, you're asking? How do I control something that feels so automatic? Great question. Let me tell you about the 3-second rule that changed my life.
When your mind throws a negative thought at you, and it will, because that's its job, it's trying to keep you safe, you have exactly 3 seconds to reject or accept it. 3 seconds. Your mind says, "You're going to fail." 1 Mississippi, you notice the thought. 2 Mississippi, you decide, is this helping or hurting? 3 Mississippi, you replace it. I'm going to learn. That's it. 3 seconds. The difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, between victim and victor, between the old you and the new you. But here's the catch. You have to catch it in those 3 seconds. After that, the thought starts setting up camp in your head, unpacking its bags, inviting its friends over. There's an old story about a monk and a businessman who meet on a mountain path. The businessman is stressed, checking his phone every 30 seconds, sweating through his expensive suit. The monk is just walking, smiling, present. The businessman says, "How are you so calm? Don't you have worries? Don't you have problems?" The monk replies, "Of course I do. But I learned something long ago. My mind is like a hotel. Thoughts check in, but I decide how long they stay. Worry checked in this morning. I gave it a 5-minute stay. Then I evicted it. Peace checked in after that. I gave it the penthouse suite."
The businessman laughed. "That's ridiculous. You can't just evict thoughts." The monk smiled. "You're right. You can't. That's why you're sweating in a suit on a mountain, checking emails from people you don't even like, worried about problems that don't exist yet, missing this beautiful view because your mind convinced you that being busy is the same as being important." Boom! Let's talk about something nobody wants to discuss: your mental diet. You are what you eat, right? Well, guess what? You are what you think, too. But look at what most of us feed our minds. Breakfast, scrolling through everyone else's highlight reel on Instagram while feeling inadequate. Lunch, news that makes us angry about things we can't control. Dinner, serial killer shows on Netflix. Bedtime snack, overthinking every conversation we had that day. And then we wonder why our minds are anxious, stressed, and negative. It's like eating McDonald's 3 times a day and wondering why you don't have abs. Your mind is out here looking like a mental couch potato, and you're confused why it can't run a marathon.
Here's your new mental diet. Morning, feed your mind possibility. Read something that inspires you, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Afternoon, feed your mind progress. Celebrate one small win. Just one. Did you make your bed? Win. Did you drink water instead of soda? Win. Evening, feed your mind gratitude. Not the fake stuff, real gratitude, for the things you usually ignore. Now, let me give you some practical tools. Not theory, not philosophy, real stuff you can use today. Tool number 1, the reframe game. Every negative thought gets reframed. Every single one. I have to go to work becomes I get to go to work. I'm terrible at this becomes I'm learning this. Why does this always happen to me becomes what is this teaching me? Sounds simple? It is. Sounds cheesy? Maybe. But you know what? Your mind doesn't care if it's cheesy. It just cares that you're giving it new instructions. Tool number 2, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 launch. When your mind is spiraling, when anxiety is winning, when you can't stop the mental chaos, name 5 things you can see. Name 4 things you can touch. Name 3 things you can hear. Name 2 things you can smell. Name 1 thing you can taste. This isn't some mystical meditation. It's a mental reset button. It forces your mind back into the present moment, where problems are solvable and life is actually happening. Tool number 3, the power hour. 1 hour every day, non-negotiable. You turn off everything and have a meeting with the CEO, that's you, and the employee, that's your mind. You review what thoughts served you that day. You fire the thoughts that didn't. You hire new thoughts for tomorrow.
But I don't have an hour. Really? You don't have 1 hour out of 24 to train the thing that controls everything else in your life? You'll spend an hour choosing what to watch on Netflix, but you won't spend an hour choosing what to think? Let me tell you something that might hurt a little. Your mind has been lying to you. It told you that you're not ready. Lie. It told you that you need more time. Lie. It told you that successful people are different. Lie. It told you that it's too late. The biggest lie of all. Colonel Sanders was 62 when he started KFC. 62. His mind could have said, "You're too old. Retire. Give up." Instead, his mind said, "You've got a recipe. Share it with the world." Vera Wang was 40 when she entered the fashion industry. 40. In an industry obsessed with youth. J.K. Rowling was a broke, depressed single mother when she wrote Harry Potter. Her mind had every reason to quit, every reason to say, "This is stupid, you're nobody, publishers will laugh at you." But she fed her mind a different story. And that story is now worth billions. Your circumstances don't determine your thoughts. Your thoughts determine your circumstances. The Two Wolves. You've probably heard the story of the two wolves, but let me tell it differently. An old Cherokee is teaching his grandson about life. He says, inside your mind, there's a battle. It's between two wolves. One wolf is negativity. He is fear, anger, envy, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, lies, and ego. The other wolf is positivity. He is joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, empathy,
generosity, truth, and faith. The grandson thinks for a minute and asks, "Which wolf wins?" The old Cherokee replies, "The one you feed."
But here's the part of the story nobody tells you. Both wolves are actually working for you. The negative wolf, he's trying to protect you, keep you safe, help you avoid pain. The positive wolf, he's trying to help you grow, take risks, find joy. The problem isn't that you have two wolves. The problem is that most of us have been feeding the negative wolf a 5-course meal while the positive wolf gets table scraps. Your mind is like a muscle, and just like your biceps, if you don't train it, it gets weak. But here's the beautiful thing. It doesn't take years to see results. Your mind responds faster than any muscle in your body. 1 week of mental training, and you'll notice you're catching negative thoughts faster. 1 month, and you'll notice your default thinking starting to shift. 3 months, and other people will start asking what's different about you. 1 year, you won't even recognize the person you used to be. I remember when I first started training my mind. Day 1, I tried to meditate for 5 minutes. My mind was like a caffeinated squirrel in a disco. This is boring. Are we done yet? What's for lunch? Did I lock the car? Is this even working? I should check my phone. This is definitely not working. 5 minutes felt like 5 hours, but I kept going, day after day, fighting my own mind like it was some kind of weird mental wrestling match. And then around day 20, something shifted. The squirrel was still there, but now it was more like a calm squirrel. Maybe doing yoga, maybe drinking herbal tea. My mind went from being that toxic friend who ruins every party to being that supportive friend who hypes you up in the bathroom mirror. You got this! Look at you, crushing life! That presentation? You're gonna destroy it. In a good way. The enemy of mental power. You want to know the biggest enemy of your mental power? It's not negative thinking. It's not fear. It's not even laziness. It's comfort. Comfort is where minds go to die. Your mind is designed to grow, to solve problems, to create, to push boundaries. But what do? We put it in a cage of routine and comfort and then wonder why we feel stuck. Build energy. You know that feeling when you're lying in bed, scrolling through your phone, and you see someone living your dream life? That little sting you feel. That's not jealousy. That's your mind screaming, "We could do that! Why aren't we doing that? When did we give up? When did we settle?" But then comfort whispers, "Shh, have another snack. Watch another video. Tomorrow maybe." And your potential dies another quiet death. Remember Marcus from the beginning? Let me tell you what happened to him. 6 months after meeting that old man in the coffee shop, Marcus was a different person. Not because his circumstances changed, they hadn't. Not because he won the lottery, he didn't. But because he finally understood something crucial. Your mind is not your master. It's your servant. And it's been waiting your whole life for you to give it better orders. Marcus started small. Instead of hitting snooze, he counted 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and got up. His mind protested. He did it anyway. Instead of saying, "I'm not a morning person," he said, "I'm becoming a morning person." His mind resisted. He persisted. Instead of thinking about starting his business, he took one action. Just one. He bought a domain name. $10, 10 minutes. But his mind finally got the message. We're actually doing this. Fast forward 2 years, Marcus is running his own company. He's in the best shape of his life. But more importantly, he's finally the person he always knew he could be. And when people ask him, what changed? He tells them the same thing. I stopped letting my mind drive while I sat in the passenger seat. I took the wheel and I realized the engine was more powerful than I ever imagined. The multiplication effect. Here's something wild about mental power. It multiplies everything else in your life. When your mind is strong, your relationships improve because you're not bringing mental baggage to every conversation.
Your health improves because you actually follow through on those gym plans. Your career explodes because you're finally thinking like a winner instead of a survivor. Your creativity flows because you're not blocking it with self-doubt. And your happiness increases because you're not manufacturing problems that don't exist. It's like compound interest for your entire life.
Now, some of you are thinking, this is all motivational fluff. Real life is harder than this. You're absolutely right. Real life is hard. Bills don't care about your positive thinking. Disease doesn't care about your mindset. Loss doesn't care about your mental strength. But here's what I know. When life punches you in the face, and it will, your mind determines whether you stay down or get back up. When everything goes wrong, your mind is either your life raft or your anchor. When the storm comes, and it's coming, your mind is either your shelter or your storm. Now, I'm not telling you that thinking positive thoughts will solve all your problems. I'm telling you that thinking negative thoughts will create problems that don't even exist yet. The mental prison break. Most of us are living in a mental prison, and the worst part? We built it ourselves, bar by bar, thought by thought. I'm not smart enough. Clang, there's a bar. People like me don't succeed. Clang, another bar. It's too late to change. Clang, another bar. I don't have what it takes. Clang, the door slams shut. And now you're trapped. But here's the secret that nobody tells you. The prison isn't locked. It never was. You can walk out anytime you want. The bars are made of thoughts, and thoughts can be changed. But most people would rather decorate their prison cell than escape it. They'd rather get comfortable with their limitations than uncomfortable with growth. Remember that question from the beginning about sitting on top of the most powerful weapon in the universe? Well, now you know. Your mind isn't just powerful, it's the source of all power in your life. Every empire started with a thought. Every invention started with a thought. Every love story started with a thought. Every tragedy started with a thought. Every triumph started with a thought. Your entire life is just thoughts that you decided to take seriously. So here's my question for you. What thoughts are you going to take seriously from now on? The thought that says you can't, or the thought that says you can? The thought that says it's too late, or the thought that says it's perfect timing? The thought that says you're not enough, or the thought that says you're exactly who you need to be? Because right now, in this moment, your mind is waiting for instructions. It's waiting for you to decide who you're going to be for the rest of your life. And you know what the beautiful thing is? You don't have to get it perfect. You just have to start. Years from now, you're going to look back on this moment, this exact moment, and you're either going to say, that was the day everything changed, or you're going to say, I wish I had started that day. The choice is yours. It always has been. So here's my challenge to you. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not when things calm down. Right now.
3 things. Write down the one thought that's been holding you back the most. Just one. Look at it. That thought has been running your life. Today, you fire it. Replace it with one thought that scares you because it's so bold. I am capable of extraordinary things. I was born to do something amazing. My best days are ahead of me. For the next 24 hours, every time that old thought tries to come back, and it will because it's used to running the show, you stop it. You literally say out loud, thanks for your input, but you don't work here anymore. That's it. That's how revolutions start. Not with massive action, with one different thought. Let me leave you with this. There's a woman named Diana Nyad, At 64 years old, she decided to swim from Cuba to Florida, 110 miles through shark-infested waters, without a shark cage. Everyone said it was impossible. She had already failed 4 times. She was too old. The current was too strong. The jellyfish were too dangerous. But Diana had trained the most important muscle for this swim, her mind. When her body wanted to quit at mile 50, her mind said, "Keep going." When hallucinations started at mile 70, her mind said, "Keep going." When everything in her screamed stop at mile 90, her mind said, "Keep going." 53 hours later, she walked onto that Florida beach, the 5th try, at 64 years old. When reporters asked her how she did it, she said 9 words that should be tattooed on your brain. "I decided my mind was stronger than the ocean." Your ocean might be different. It might be debt. It might be depression. It might be doubt. It might be disease. It might be divorce. But the question remains the same. Is your mind stronger than your ocean? You already know the answer. Deep down, beneath all the fear and doubt and excuses, you know. Your mind has always been stronger than your ocean. You just forgot how to swim. But guess what? Today, you remember. Today, you remember that you're not a victim of your thoughts, you're the author. Today, you remember that your mind isn't your enemy, it's your superpower. Today, you remember who you really are. The power isn't coming. It's not on its way. It's not waiting for the right moment. It's here. It's now. It's you. Your mind is the most powerful force in your universe. Stop treating it like it's weak. Stop living like you're small. Stop thinking like you're defeated. You are one decision away from a completely different life. And that decision isn't out there somewhere. It's in your head. Right now. Make it. Your mind is waiting. Stop making it wait.